Hey, welcome to another episode of Union Matters, where you matter and your union matters to you. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown, also the host of Freedom on Fire, Hardcore Politics, and Winning with Love on YouTube. Hey, look, got a lot of stuff to cover, and I'm going to do my best not to, not to be too long, even though I get long-winded sometimes. And also, please excuse me, I just got these new LED lights, and they are bright. When they said daytime, they mean daytime. So please bear with the shiny. I know you can see a little lump on my head from when I hit my head on something a long time ago, and it haven't went down yet, and the doctor said it probably won't. It's a welt. But nevertheless, how you doing today? Great. So I'm going to talk about some things that can help. Again, Lobby Day is coming up in a couple of weeks, on Tuesday after next, and I have to inform some of you, if you've been having a problem trying to get that day off, please talk to Nancy or Judy Myers or Sandra Lenning, our new chair and co-chair who run TWU at GCS. So that day is very important. Now, if you're scheduled to work that day and the company don't want you to work that day for some reason, don't want to give you that day off, if you schedule work if you feel you need the money. But if you want that day off, you got a right to ask for that day off. But for some reason, some odd reason, it's just a coincidence that that date is blocked off. I don't know if they limit the amount of people to take that day off. I don't know if they believe it's a threat to the company, which is really not a threat. It's just us hanging out with our brothers and sisters, meeting some mean people up there in Albany. It's just when labor meets our political leaders. That's all it is. And yet you get a chance to have fun and mingle and get to know your brothers and sisters in TWU. Women, there's a lot of good-looking, single-looking men that's going to be out there, like myself, from all different walks of background and different parts of TWU and the Transit Workers Union. Guys, there's going to be some good-looking, fine, super fine women that's going to be out there. So if you're single and you're looking for a wife, hey. Well, anyway, but I'm just trying to encourage you to go. Number one, it's free. Don't cost you one red dime. Not one red penny. Number two, they're gonna transport us in a luxurious bus, luxurious with TVs, plugs, you name it. Well, you can do your thing, either watch your own device or watch the device on the bus. When you get there, you're gonna get the TWU updated version of the TWU Lobby Day T-shirt to say that you're a Lobby Day, absolutely free. No matter what the size, they should be able to accommodate everybody there. You're also going to have breakfast on the union because you're going to make sure everybody eat pretty good coming in before we start the procedures of Lobby Day. Then we're going to get to hear from different parts of the union and their fight and their struggle and how we all got to come together to help the betterment of not just those individuals, but whoever they're working for. And this is the thing about it. And this is what I hope corporate America get to understand. The more freer and the more better and the more comfortable your workers are, the more they can focus on making you look good. I mean, when they're stressed out, depressed, and barely can pay the bills, and the ends are not even meeting because ends don't supposed to meet, when you're in that situation, you're not going to get good performance out of your workers. Those people who work map store, who works on the subway and work on the train, they take pride in what they're doing, and they're compensated for it. Yes, it was a fight to get to that point. Yes, there was fight A, fight B, fight C, fight D, fight E. It was a progressive fight for them to get the progressive benefits, the progressive money that they deserve, all that stuff. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen with one contract. It took multiple contracts and continue building the base and building from a grassroots effort and things like that to get them where they need to go. And that's eventually where we're going to end up going, and yet at the same time, we're going to make sure the company look good, going to give them stellar services. We want to make our client proud of the company and proud of us, the workers, at TW at GCS. and making the call center look good and the paratransit division of MTA look good. So there's a purpose for everything. But when we go there, we also going to take breaks out and get to know the people on the Hill, people at the Capitol in Albany. We'll get a chance to go in and meet different senators from different boroughs and different members of state legislation, different caucuses, different chambers, and different groups. We'll get a chance to spend time with them, talk to them. And what better person than you to tell them your story? I myself have been working with them to pass a law called the Lennon Act that make companies obligated to not cut the workers off at the knees when they take over a government contract, but they keep the workers as earned. I think it's the right thing to do. These people worked hard to get to where they want, and to waste 10 years, and so that's another story. So I got to tell my story and continue to do that push, but you got a story to tell. And then when we're done, we get back in the luxurious bus, head back. And I don't know about your bus, but my bus is off the chain. We play games, we do all kind of participations, and we get a little tipsy every now and then. So it's pretty good. And I'm definitely going. I'm not gonna let nothing stop me from going to that event. You shouldn't let nothing stop you from going to that event. It's very important. So if you haven't taken that time off, I don't know if they'll allow you to do a vacation day. I mean, you can't call out sick. You can't do that, call out sick and then go to lobby day. But do whatever you can to get that day off. And for those who got that day off, there's no excuses why you shouldn't be going. I mean, eyeball to eyeball, I got to look at you. You got plenty of time to make arrangements for somebody to handle the babies, or pick up the kids from the boys club or wherever they participate after school. I mean, you should be back about 8, 9 o'clock. So there's no reason why you're not going. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. So make sure you make it to that event. Second thing I want to talk about is dues. If you haven't paid your dues, got to pay your dues. I want to talk about dues for a second. It's so important. Because a lot of people got the mentality, well, I'm paying my dues. What are the union doing for me? Really? Really? Do you understand when we was in this fight for the betterment of you, the worker, helping you get a raise, which you have another raise coming up next month. I'll talk about that soon. That fight cost thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, close to $1 million. And the union didn't ask you for one red dime, but yet they fought for you. And the little the raises that you get is well more than that $12.50 you're getting every 2 weeks. And on top of that, it's an investment in the overall organizing of TWU, and it's tax deductible. You're investing in yourself. You are the catalyst for change in your own personal household. But it's all about you being a part of the union, which means a collective of people coming together for a certain cause or for a certain benefit. You unionized. You came together for a certain goal, cause, and benefit. You help finance. It's not just one person finance. We all help finance in this endeavor. And when they spend out on almost $1 million to fight for you to get live a better life and have better pay and a little bit more vacation and a little more control of your schedule and things like that, they didn't ask for one red dime. But now we're a unionized company. Dues got to be taken out. And by law, there are some things that will affect you if you don't pay your dues. I ask that you pay your dues. Hey, it's $12. Really? I eat more than that in one day. Some of you get lunchtime and you're spending $6, $7 on lunch, which end up probably $20 before the day is over with, let alone every 2 weeks. And these people are the ones that fought for you to have a little more money. Instead of getting the small fries, now you can get the big fries. Instead of getting a McDouble, now you can get a Big Mac. It was the union that helped do that. So pay your dues and understand it's an investment not just into the overall TWU, but you in your own personal fight. Because when something happened to you, guess who's going to go to fight for you? It's TWU. And if you need to go to arbitration, guess who's paying for those attorneys? TWU. So your investment of your dues are justified. It is spent wisely. It is tax deductible. And you should be proud that you're a card-carrying, dues-paying member of TWU. I know I am. Second thing is shop steward. We're going to start having shop stewards class. We need to build an army of shop stewards. Shop stewards are the public defenders of the workers on the floor. The public defender of the workers on the floor. Now, a couple of things you got to understand about shop stewards. They represent you. So whenever you get that write-up, or whenever you need to be called in for discipline or something like that, or they need to talk to you, don't you dare go in there without your union rep. Don't you dare go in there without them. It's essential that they're with you. And I mean, you may be late and you came in 15 minutes, they write you up. Fine, own up to it. Still have him there so you can hear the conversation between you and management. Number 2, if you feel like you're unjustified, write down on the paper that you're signing, the discipline paper that you're signing, yeah, they say I was this, but I got a reason why. And I don't feel justified that I'm getting penalized this, but this is why this happened. You write it down on the front or you write it down on the back, and you make sure you have your union representative, your shop steward is there, along with your supervisor, the witness, so both of them can sign on. Also, if you get any incident, any physical incident where you're hurt on the job like that, you need to file a report. You need to file a report to the Safety Commission. I was told that a young lady sat on a chair and bust her behind. First thing I said was how big she was. Nobody would tell me. Because some of those chairs are not made for big people like me. I mean, I'm not a small dude. And I looked at some of those chairs in the break room, and I know them chairs be shaking before I sit down. I am getting a little slimmer, though. Also, please, encourage your coworkers not to take chairs out of that break room. Those chairs are not built for sitting on for hours. They're only built to sit on for an hour. Most people are not taking lunches every hour at GCS, so you got to get them little flimsy chairs a break. They shouldn't be brought on the floor. They have professional chairs for you on the floor. And you may not like them, but they're there for a reason. Keep those other chairs in the break room. That is not safe. Those chairs are not safe for you. And then you get hurt and you want to blame GCS. You can't blame GCS. Those chairs are not designed to be on the floor. Those chairs are designed for the break room. And you can't expect the union to fight and arbitrate for you because you hurt yourself sitting in those chairs when it shouldn't have been in the break. It shouldn't have been on the floor in the first place. Now, in the break room, that's something different. And you got to understand a lot of that equipment that's there on the floor below the MTA. Okay? All right, so, again, make sure your shop steward with you. Don't sign anything without them being there. Don't say anything without them being there. And if you got a valid excuse, write it down so it could be investigated. Okay, write it down so it can be investigated. Which brings me to this. There's a lot of people who are being fired because they don't know what's on their record. So here's my suggestion to you, and I'm going to do it first. Don't badger them every week about what's on your record or every day. You should know whether you are doing right. Like me, you're not going to worry about tardiness out of me. If something happens, believe me, it's going to be the train, and I'm going to videotape every ounce of it. Me on the train number, the date on the LED lights, the time with the LED lights. I'm going to videotape anybody else that's on the train with me. I'm going to videotape the person announcing that the train is delayed and how long it's going to be taking. And I suggest you do the same thing. Videotape it. I know you say, well, I got to do all that. It's not about whether you got to do all that. You should do all of that because it's smart. It's the smart thing to do. But if you feel that, you should check out, I say you should ask, since a lot of the disciplines don't come off till 6 months later. You should ask every 90 days for a copy of your performance record. They got it. You have a right to it. It's your performance record. It's your personal information. You have a right to it. So by all means, feel free to ask your supervisor or ask the general manager or operational manager, I would like to see my report, and go over it and hand it and go back to them. If you got any discrepancy with them, go ahead and take it up with them right now. And then after it's said and done, both of you sign off on it, and bada boom, bada bang. So please, I think that's a good idea. Once every 90 days. Don't be there every week doing that stuff, man. Just once every 90 days. And besides, you know if you're in trouble or not. But some people don't know. All right. Another thing I want to talk about. It's just so much to talk about. Talked about Lobby Day. Oh, okay. Give me a moment, okay? There's an old saying that he who does not know the law, he who does not know his rights have no rights. And another saying say, he who knows the law is a good attorney, but he who knows the judge is a great attorney. I want to show you something. This is the contract with GCS at TWU. This is official. This is your official contract. I want to encourage you, everybody. Like I told everybody, never take these off. Always have these on at work. Show that we're one. You got to have this with you in your book bag, pocketbook, whatever. This is your contract. This is the rules and regulations of the company. This, along with the company menu, you got to get familiar with. It talks about our rights. Now, I'm not going to go into that. You get your own copy. They're free, and most of the time they're in the break room. Get a copy of it. This is your lifeblood of defending yourself, this right here. The cans and cans do are in this. Now, there's 2 more raises coming up. You got a raise coming up next month. Who did that for you? The union. Would that happen if the union came in? Hell no. Hell no. 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 I want to use the F word, but I don't cuss. So hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. You wouldn't have got that. And had everybody band together and became one and always showed us strong at all the union events and campaign and rally and things like that, instead of sucking on ice cream and all that kind of doing, trying to win $50, which is going to go to 2 or 3 people out of 600 people, which happens to happen every time we have a freaking union event. You think that's just coincidence? I digress. We're here to build something strong that's going to make the company look good. Believe me, the TW workers that's on the subway and the buses and the train, they make MTA look good. They are the pride of MTA. MTA is MTA because of those workers. GCS is going to be GCS because of the pride of the workers and the work they do and the service they provide to the public, and the service they provide to the company, and the service they provide to the union. You have to provide service to the union. Now, myself and a few other people on negotiating, and we went to work to get the first contract, and it's the first contract. Like I said, there's contract A, B, C, D. There's a progressive lead to where you need to be to live comfortable in New York City and be stress-free and enjoy coming to work and have a good culture at work with your fellow workers, and good culture with management, and good culture with corporate. Good loving relationship in a full circle. Yeah, MTA gets on a lot of the union members, but yet the union members probably get on MTA, but they got a working relationship. They complement each other, and they're heavily compensated for it. But yet they give them stellar service because of the being heavily compensated. So. All right, so I'm just going to go over this. All right, July the 1st, a few weeks from now. Praise God, hallelujah. We get another raise. I'm going to go over that. We also get another raise at the end of the month. I'm not going to go over that till I mean, at the end of the year, December 31st. I'm not going to go over that until December 31st. So right now, if you've been working for GCS or been working for the company from if you're out of probation up to 365, your 365th day. If you're under 365th day, under 655 days, but over 90 days, your new raise is going to be $12.34. Now let me explain something to you, man. Because some of them don't know the story and where our workers came from. A lot of our workers worked at the paratransit call center, and they're making decent money. They're pulling in decent hours. Some of them was making $13 an hour back 4 or 5 years ago. Some of them had 401k. Some of them had over a month vacation. Sick day, you name it, they had it. And then once new management came in, they had to start all over. Anybody who started to work for the company pre-union, before the union, only got $9 an hour in training. Once they got out of training, they probably got bumped up to 11, 11.10, 11.15, up to 11.25 starting out. Majority of the people. And this was recent as last year. $9 an hour training, $11 an hour starting pay. I call it 911 because it was, as Flavor Flav would say, 911 was a joke. This is a state-funded taxpaying organization who we under contract work for. So what we did, we had to do what we need to do to bring the people up, as well as, like I said, whenever you bring the people up, the company's going to be brought up. So we went hard. We got a union involved, and we negotiated the contract, and we negotiated pay. We took people from $9 an hour. Now they all start at $12 an hour. $12 an hour. No, $11 an hour. Now the minimum wage is $11, okay, for New York right now. But it was $9 an hour. So now when you're training, you get paid $11 an hour, starting off the bat. You get paid $11 an hour. Now, that's the minimum wage. But before that, before the minimum wage kicked in, you were getting paid $9 an hour. After your 1 year probation, you went to $12. I mean, right after probation, you got jumped to $12. On those who were making, been there over a year, they got $12.10. Those who've been there 2 years, right now you're making $12.38. And those who've been there for 3 years are making 3 years or more, make you $12.65. All right, now that's a huge jump from $11.15 to $12.65. That's over $1.10 jump. The average raise is 10 cents. We jumped to $1.10. It's huge. Starting June 1st. Fresh out of probation, you're going to be making $12.34. So that's a 34-cent raise. If you've been there over a year, you're going to be making you're going from $12.10 to $12.90. That's an 80-cent raise. 80 cents. Those who've been there after 2 years, you're making $12.38. You're going to be making $13.01. $13.01. And those who've been there 3 years or more, you're currently making $12.65. Now you're going to be making $13.31. $13.31 an hour starting in June. Now, if you happen to work at nighttime and you speak Spanish, you're going to get another 50 cents on top of that, baby. So these are your upcoming raises in June. That if you're fresh out of probation, still under 1 year, you're going to get paid $12.34. If you've been there over a year, you're going to get paid $12.90. If you've been there over 2 years, you're going to get paid $13.01. And if you've been there 3 years plus, you're going to get paid $13.31. And then you got another raise coming in December. So now I know you said, well, most people are going to be at $15 an hour. No, that's not true. In the New York State, most people are going to be $10 an hour. $15 an hour in the state of New York in 2018, December 2018. It's still another year from now. A little over a year, almost a little over, close to 2 years from now. You're going to be making $15 an hour plus by 12/31/2018. Person been here over 3 years going to be making almost $16 an hour, $15.40. So those are your pay raises. You're going to get a pay raise in a few weeks. So be excited about that. Who did that? The union. The collective people at the work, unionized, organized, and they found the weakest link and told them, you can't be weak no more. You're going to be strong. We all going to be strong together, as Hillary Clinton would say. But this time, our stronger together mean you win. So, you got raises come up. Congratulations to you. And you got another one coming after that. So I'm proud of you guys. So I think I just about covered it all so far. Again, union pride. Make sure you got your union lender at work. Don't go do anything without having a shop steward with you. Why? Because he may need to hear the conversation, let alone whether you did it. Oh, I did it. I admit to it. That's fine. Admit to it. If you're wrong, wrong, baby. Admit to it. But you may say something out of the ordinary, or you might have that type of manager that like to provoke you and poke you. You know, I don't think we got those at TW or GCS. But you know, you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm Bob TV Free. Union Matters is again important. Get a copy of your contract. Become one with your contract. Sleep and eat that contract. Be at lobby day. Take the day off, and if you got the day off, go ahead and make arrangements for the kids to be taken care of until you come back. There's no excuses for you not going if you're off that day. And I know there are a lot of you that's off, and it really behooved me and ticked me off how you're off that day, but you're not going to go to lobby day, but yet what the union is doing for me. Do you realize the union's going to be at lobby day? Everybody and their mama going to be at the lobby day, the entire union. And it's all expense paid for. So there's no excuses to not go. Also, like I said before, we need more shop stewards. So sign up for the next class. I'm done. I'm trying to make sure I got all my bases covered so I can go for the home run. I'm Robert Brown. Union Matters. Talk to you soon. Peace.